Salut Marco.
Salut.
Salut. Merci de prendre quelques minutes ce soir après ce match. On commence avec une question dans la salle. We're starting with a question in the room from Antonin.
Marco, ce match-là, qu'est-ce que ça peut faire de bon pour la confiance de ton équipe?
I go in English, sorry. No, we are happy. We are okay, and it's a very good performance. Nous sommes très heureux de la performance, mais nous ne sommes pas satisfaits pour le résultat. Et I saw immediately the eyes of the guys that were, of course, a bit happy and relief a bit, no? That were able to show their qualities, that were able to fight, that were able to win tackle, that they were able really to show something on the field, but at the same time they weren't really satisfied, and this is a very good thing for me.
Merci Marco. Qu'est-ce que tu as aimé le plus ce soir de ton équipe? What did you like the most about your team performance tonight? And also, can you speak about your tactical change with four in the back and the no offensive animation? Est-ce que aussi tu peux nous parler de ta défense à 4 et des changements offensifs que tu as fait? Merci.
Ils voulaient les ballons, ils voulaient gagner les ballons back. They really show that they wanted to have the ball. They want to show something with the ball. They want to be creative. They wanted to shoot. They wanted to go to rebound. They want to win the second ball. And as soon as the other had the ball, I had the sensation that it was like a pain for us. And this is what I wanna give them. It's like we want the ball and we are not satisfied where the other try to play. This is something that they show is really, I'm super honored by this and happy because I really asked them this and only this, and they did it.
Next question, Elias Grigoriadis.
Merci, Pat. Hi, Marco. You asked us yesterday to tell you if you could see the change on the field. I think it's pretty evident that this looks like a very different team. Just from the effort perspective, the counter press and everything like that, what was your takeaway from the team chasing down the ball today?
I didn't listen to the last part of the question. What? I didn't.
Your takeaway from just the team counter pressing and chasing the ball today.
Yeah, of course, and it's something that I told you immediately, something that we needed to improve because we are a team good on ball, good with the ball, but to be good with the ball, we were too opened. We were too spread out, and we weren't really ready mentally to react quickly. And this was one weakness, and we are trying to get better. We are not perfect, but we show at least today the commitment to take the responsibility, also to do better that phase. That is so important.
John Still.
Hello, Marco. Thank you for doing this, and congratulations on your first game.
Thanks.
I did want to ask, you spoke earlier in the broadcast call this week about not being an elevator, that being stairs, meaning you wanted to take it one step at a time. How did you feel like that first step went for your team tonight? Despite not being satisfied, how did you feel like that first step looked this evening?
It's a great step, but it's still only a step because we get the point, and this sport is amazing because we can talk for years, for weeks, but at the end there is one number that counts, that is the result. So we finished the game 1-1. We can stay here to talk numbers, data that we deserve, whatever, but in the end it's 1 point, and we need to feel, to gain, to to understand the momentum better, to understand when we can push a bit more, when we can risk a bit more. But this is about steps. This is about maturity. This is about to understand the moment of the game. Today we were like pushing from the beginning, same speed. We could do it, but we need to understand sometimes how to slow down, when to be able to suffer, when to understand. For example, after the goal conceded, there were like 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes where we were a bit unbalanced, a bit scary, a bit like some nightmare from the last games where we play well and then we concede the goal and then we went down. So a bit 5 minutes risky. We need to be mature to react to this moment, and then after the on the locker we talk a bit, and then they show amazing stuff the second half.
François Théotonio.
Bonjour Marco, merci
Bonjour.
pour le temps. Qu'as-tu pensé de la performance de Dante Sealy ce soir? Un but, mais aussi un positionnement en tant qu'ailier droit plus avancé. Est-ce que tu as aimé ce que tu as vu de Dante Sealy ce soir?
Il a fait une magnifique performance et je pense que Dante est un fantastique joueur. Mais aussi, je pense que toute l'équipe a joué très bien, avec la passion. No? We asked Friday, no? That we are working to create a team balanced, no? Avec le corps, avec la passion. And they showed this, and for me, this is the first step, and we cannot go back. So now we have to do the second step, and this is the most important thing today. But at the same time, we cannot be completely satisfied. We cannot go to sleep really happy because we deserve more.
Dernière question, last question, Marco. Jean-François Morancy.
Oui, bonjour Marco. Félicitations pour ce premier point. Ce soir, du tir sur le filet adverse, est-ce que malgré le manque de finition, tu dirais que vous avez amené le danger que vous vouliez dans le tiers offensif?
I didn't understand.
Did you bring the offensive menace that you wanted in the final third?
Excuse-moi. Hein?
No, say it in English.
No, I really didn't understand. Yes, the idea is to arrive there with many players, with more players, and not having the players already there. This was more or less the idea, because we needed more balance in the transition, and the guys understood immediately the principle, and we have we still have a lot of things to improve, I think, in some situation, because we can get more, we can arrive more there, but the desire they have to show something the last third, to show something in the box, and okay, we were unlucky, but it's all about like unlock the situation. When we unlock that situation, for example, the first shot of Dante touched Chicago players and then went up for 20 centimeters. There will be some game, some period where that is a goal, and when we can suffer for 90 minutes, and that is a goal, and we win 1-0. For sure there will be hit, but step by step, we arrive also to have to be lucky, to have everything on our side.
Thank you, Marco. Bon retour à Montréal. Merci.
Merci.
Pas certain si Antonin dans la salle has a question. Antonin, do you have a question for Luca?
Yes. Oui.
Or we go straight to the Zoom?
Non, j'en ai une. Je sais pas si tu m'entends, Pat. J'en ai une.
Oui, je t'entends.
Okay. Luca, the coach, just said this is a good step in the right direction. You guys play with the right intentions. Just how do you feel this was a right step?
No, I completely agree. I think right from the beginning of the game all the way to the end of the game, we were fluid. We were enjoying ourselves, creating so many chances even in the first half. And I think the big thing was even when we conceded in the first half, we came to the locker room and said, Like, we've been playing so well, and just to go out there and keep showing it. And sooner or later, one of the goals is going to go in. And I knew that once we get one goal, then more chances would come. And I think the boys just felt kind of happy to be out there and enjoying themselves. And the more chances we create, the more confident we get. So I think it was overall a very good performance. I think should have been a win, but we're definitely happy with that and going in the right direction.
Yeah, at the end, is it more of a relief because you did some good things, you scored a goal, or is it more frustration because you feel like you should have won that game?
I don't know, maybe a little bit of both. I don't think too much more frustration, but I think the guys just kind of saw that like we can, when we're all in it together, we can actually play to the level that we want to play, and the chances will keep on coming. And I thought from front to back and the goalkeeper, everything, like we were solid. So it's just about the little details and to put that ball into the back of the net, and we make it 2-1, and we close out the game. But I think it's a good step in the right direction, and I think the boys are very happy with that result to go forward and hopefully get a good result next game, and then we know that we're coming back home. So that's the goal.
Thank you.
No problem.
Next question, John Steele.
Hi, Luca. Thanks for doing this. You know, Marco, earlier this week when he was talking about the fact that you guys had limited training sessions, he spoke about what he wanted to see tonight, which was attitude and really kind of a mental strength this evening. What did you make of how you thought your guys had an attitude collectively together, and how did you feel the mental part of it was for you tonight in the first game under the new management?
Yeah, even we only had about 4 days of training when Marco came in this week, so I think the energy was there and everybody was excited in the whole week. I think a lot of players said that he brings a different type of intensity and energy and kind of brings the group together this past week. I think we've seen, and I think we knew coming to this game the way that we wanted to play. It was very clear, the instructions he gave us, and we knew that even if we conceded, that we were going to stick together, and that was the goal. And we went 1-0 down, and we came into halftime, and we said either we sulk and we make it 2 or 3, or we come together and we really push to get a result back again. And I think right off the get-go we did that and got a goal in the first 5 minutes of the second half, and then we created a lot of chances. So I think it was a great attitude and energy and positivity from the team today, from everybody, from the subs to the starting 11. I think it was great, and it's just a good step in the right direction, to be honest.
Yes.
Merci, Pat. Hi, Luca. It looks like you and Dante had developed a pretty good relationship on that left side, and even, you know, separated by an entire diagonal, you're still looking for each other, apparently. Can you kind of maybe talk to us about what went through your mind on that goal and the assist?
Me and Dante we kind of always talk, and I think it was funny. I think in halftime he came up to me and he said that if you see me back post, just clip it. And I think obviously in my game and the way I kind of play is I really like to get forward. I really like to bomb forward and overlap. And me and Caden were kind of creating that connection as well, where I was overlapping him and creating opportunities to get myself close to the goal. And I saw that moment where Caden came inside, and he knew that I'm always going to come around him. And I kind of just took a touch and picked up my head, and I saw runners going to the box, and that's the most important thing. And I just thought I'd clip it back post, and he was wide open. And luckily, and not luckily, but I'm happy that he put it in the back of the net. So that was kind of a relief to see that our training and our practice and our connections, and that's something that we actually work on a lot in training, clipping balls into the back post and getting runners into the box and connecting, and I'm glad that it paid off that one.
I think there's one last for you, Luca. Jean-François Théotonio.
Hi, Luca. Thank you for doing this. I don't want to badmouth Laurent, but you just told us how clear were the instructions from Marco this week. So I'm just curious, how different was Marco's communications this week for you guys to have a clear idea what to do tonight compared to maybe the last 2 weeks?
No, I think I don't think there was. I wouldn't say too much of a comparison with both managers, but obviously I enjoyed my time under Laurent in the first 3 months, and I wish him all the best. But I think in this week it was just maybe a new kind of idea, a new kind of system, and a new kind of tactics that I think a lot of the guys kind of put their mind to it and wanted to learn it, and kind of are excited just to put it to use in the first game. We didn't know how it was going to turn out. We weren't expecting us to create so many chances. We just wanted to go out there and play free, and that was kind of the goal. And he kind of explained that to us throughout the week, is to go out there and enjoy yourself. express yourself. We have so many quality players on this team that can do a lot of great things, and I'm glad that a lot of them have come out and show that we can play together, we can do great things on the field, and it's just a matter of continuing it and growing.
Thank you, Luca. C'est Carlos.
Thank you.
Thanks for doing this.
Yes, no problem.
Questions here, yes, on Zoom. Jean-François Théotonio with the first one.
Hi, Dante. Thank you for doing this, and congrats on your goal and the point today. How good did that one feel, the goal, for you and for your team after 4 games not scoring?
Yeah, that was a great feeling, you know. It was a hard week, obviously some changes, but, you know, it felt good, you know, to be back in my most comfortable position, you know, and as a team, I think, you know, we played really well. You know, we fought really hard. We responded, and yeah, I think it was a positive game for us to build moving forward.
Elias.
Merci, Pat. Hi, Dante. I think a lot of people are still not used to maybe seeing the fact that there's 4 attacking players on the field at once. But for you guys as a group, what was maybe can you go into the intricacies of going from a 5-back to a 4-back, and how you guys will have to learn a whole new system in, what was it, like 3 training sessions?
Yeah, well, you know, as you saw today, you know, we created, you know, a lot of chances, you know, that we weren't really generating the first, you know, few weeks, you know. So I think, you know, as it goes on, as we, you know, keep getting reps, you know, keep building our confidence, I think it'll be good for us.
Still.
Hi, Dante. Thanks for doing this. Congratulations on the goal.
Yes.
I'm curious, you know, how much more natural that position felt for you going from playing as a left wing back to, you know, an inverted right winger today, and then how did you feel today playing in that position?
Yeah, no, obviously I felt really good, felt really comfortable. You know, with the wing back, it's a lot of effort defensively, so, you know, I can't really show, you know, the qualities I have offensively, you know, at a consistent level. But, you know, I feel like it was good. It was a good direction. It was a good, you know, good result, and we need to keep building on this.
Elias again.
Okay, it looked like, you know, like you said, it's your preferred position on the right side. It looks like you had a lot of space, especially when you're cutting in onto your left foot. How much work and how was it maybe something you guys targeted specifically for this game? The work that Bryce and Prince were doing to kind of draw defenders away and open that lane for you?
Yeah, you know, me and Bryce, you know, we still have, you know, a little ways to go, you know, getting on the same page, you know, getting that connection better. But, yeah, like I said, I feel like today, you know, it was very free-flowing. You know, we felt, you know, what spaces, you know, each other needed, you know, and we kind of fed off each other. So I feel like, yeah, it was a good step today.
Any other questions for Dante tonight? I don't think so. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.